fighting voices of mine that say I'm not enough. Every single lie tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every love? Remind me once again just who I am because I need to know. Oh, you say I love when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I'm hell when I'm unsure. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe what you say to me. I believe. The only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find
So welcome to the African Portal Radio TV International. Is happening raw here in Victoria, South Africa. It is my great pleasure to have one of the great, one of the beautiful, one of the intelligent, one of the great African citizens born in America, live in America, with me in the studio on the African Portal Radio TV International as we are celebrating African Month. This week we have dedicated this to be a month whereby we showcase and we display the talent and the things that is coming out of Africa. To everyone listening to us, thank you very much for the pleasure of your time. Welcome to the African Portal Radio TV International, your one-stop media house where everyone have a say. Please, the only thing you can do for this program is to share, like, comment, let it go viral. It's happening raw here on the African Portal Radio TV International. My name is Dario Luson. I'll be on call of this program. We'll be having the conversation together with Bryan on the African Portal Radio TV International. Firstly, let me greet everyone all over the world, no matter where you are. In South Africa, where I am, Dumela, Ashe, Moloi, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi babarakatuh to all the Muslim brothers and sisters all over the world, and as well to all the African in East Africa, Abarisa. Welcome to the African Portal Radio TV. Since Tuesday, we've been having the conversation, getting different people online, talking about Africa, talking about the progress, talking about ups and downs, talking about the things that we are expecting to happen in Africa soon. And tonight, we go to the diaspora to get one of us in the diaspora to also talk about Africa, talk about the things that we are expecting to be a progress in Africa, the challenges, the ups and downs, and the some of the things that is happening to black race, especially in the rest part of. But firstly, let me welcome onto the African Portal my guest onto the African Portal Radio TV International. How are you today? And please kindly introduce yourself to my listeners, who you are, where you are, and the position you hold in the society.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone, right across the length and breadth of the world. Whether you are just from in the US or from in the Philippines or from Jamaica, wherever you find yourself, we just want to say thank you for sharing this time with us. My name is Bryan, and I'm a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, businessman, multi-level marketing, um, IBO, which means independent business owner. And we're here to share some moments and to celebrate this great nation, and to to express our gratitude for people of color and just people on a whole, wherever you find yourself. So thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned as we share this wonderful moment together.
Wow, thank you very much, Brian. I really appreciate that, and I want to thank you for accepting our invitation, even though it's a short invitation, but still, you always are available. Actually, you are part of this house. You are one of the representative of the African Porter in United States. And to the glory of God, we have been part of this. This is not your first time being on the African Porter. You've been on the African Porter several times, so you are one of the family. You are known well. You are one of the friend of this house. So that is why we always count on you. We always believe in your judgment, and we always believe in your experience, and that is why we always bring you back for us to share rub mind and to also put you on the spotlight to talk about issues happening on in our society. Firstly, let's quickly talk a bit about the journey so far. Kindly quickly take us back to the line of history, some of the challenges, some of the ups and downs, some of the beauty and the ugly that you have experienced in the journey of life. Let's start with that.
Yes. So life on a whole is a interesting journey. Yeah. Someone says that life is a puzzle. You have to solve it. You have to put it together. And wherever you find yourself across the world, then you're no different. We have our challenges and we have our uniqueness, but I know we humans on a whole, and there are things that we can share and we can come together and help to elevate each other. And if we learn to accept as opportunities in our life, then that will make the difference. And Africa is no better. When I think about Africa, it's like my mother. Oh, you know, when you think of the culture and all the diversity, then Africa brings so much to the table for everyone to see and to enjoy and to share and to be a part of. And it doesn't matter whether you're African American or whatever your race or culture might be. We are all one, and we are here to live together and to share the goodness of our surrounding.
Wow. I like that. I like what you say, and that is very creative and very motivative. Let's quickly look at the journey, own personal life, your own personal experience, and then some certain things that have happened in your life. What does it mean to be a black in United States of America? Okay,
You
the
break up a
question,
little
what
bit.
I'm
Can you
asking
repeat
is
that?
that I'm taking you back to the line of history
Just
personally.
repeat that.
What does it mean? What does it mean to be black in United States of America?
Yeah.
What is your experience like as a black child, grew up in America? What is life like? And what does it mean to be a black in America?
Okay. So originally, I was born and raised in Jamaica, and then um, I left Jamaica over 12 years ago. The thing is, half the thing that we experience, so we forget who we are and we forget our greatness, and remember what school has taught us about our history, but we never go beyond and to seek and to find out what was our life like before what we have learned in school, because our history is very rich. Where people have class, we have people who have multiple skills and talent, but somehow when you look at what we were taught in school, school, then they only paint a picture time of slavery, and it would seem as if there's no life for us before then, but that is not the case. So I think we need to move to research our history and to know that we are a great nation, so we can claim our true identity and our greatness.
Hmm. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much. I have some people
And
joining
that
us
is
from Philippines. Hmm. Hmm. I have few people join us from Philippines, and I want to appreciate everyone joining. Please share, like, comment. Your comment is very, very important on this show tonight. So please kindly share this program. Let it go viral. I'm having one of our very own Vibert Bryan in the studio with me, born in Jamaica, raised in Jamaica, but based in United States of America. He says something that I love and something that I want us to also expatiate and talk more about, and that is that our uniqueness, our background, our history, our culture, and our story, our history, we need to always tell our children. We need to always put it on the spotlight. We need to embrace where we're coming from, and we need to embrace where we are, and we need to embrace the journey ahead of us. And I really really appreciate that, because the reason why I decided to like have you on board is, number one, you're a motivational speaker. You have so much experience. You are multi-talented speaker that have been have opportunity to speak in many platforms. Before we continue, I just want you to use your story to encourage somebody out there. Some people are listening to you in Africa or the rest part of the world. They want to hear your story. One of the things that I like about one of the great speaker, Les Brown, say, I go around the world and I use my story to change the world. As well, I want to give you opportunity tonight to use your story to encourage someone out there. Quickly, before we step into the show fully.
Yes. So society has taught us more about our limitations more than our expectation. So if you were raised in a culture or a society where your expectation are low, then you can rise above your low expectation. No one rises above low expectation, and that is the case with a lot of us, because we do not know who we are. Then we accept anything that society give to about us. But those who truly know where they're coming from and know their history, then they would have known. Then we have greatness, and like any other nation, we have diversity. We have knowledge, we got skill, and God bless everybody with abundance of talent and skill. Is to work on that skill and to develop it. So while we might find ourselves in different parts of the world, but we are brother from another mother in the sense, and we need to reclaim our history and our greatness. And there's a lot of things that people of our color, people of color, might not have known. Like, I share an experience with you. The great George Washington Carver, who was sold at baby stage for $3, he became one of the greatest scientists, agricultural scientists
Hmm.
history has ever known. Created over 300 different products from a peanut. And,
Hmm.
and even up until the present time, with modern science and all the technology we have, they still cannot understand how come this man who was sold for $3, his parents, they exchanged him for a horse. But this man rose to
Hmm.
be one of the greatest scientists of all time. And we enjoy so many things because of his achievement. If most person people like George Washington Carver, of what he accomplished from where he came from, the humble beginnings, been sold into slavery, had nothing, but is to the top. then you would have known that your situation is no different. So wherever you find yourself, whatever you're dealing with, just like O'Carver could do that, you have something to bring to the world that only you can produce, and to benefit the whole human race. So that is the aspect where I want to come from. So I want to encourage people
Hmm.
to look inside and that thing, whatever you love, whatever that desire you have, you can develop that talent, and you can be a person that will change history and make our life better, just like George Washington Carver. And wish more.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Thank you very much. I like that, and I like the example that you gave there. I think that
Yeah.
will help somebody out there. Let me quickly take you to the business of the day. Everyone joining us, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Your comment means a lot to me. Kumo Africa, thank you very much for your comment. Thank you so much. Roslyn, thank you very much, all the way from Philippines. Thank you so much. I really appreciate every one of you. Keep sharing it, keep talking about it. Let's do it together. We are in this together. We have Brian in the studio with me that we'll be having the conversation together. We're just laying the foundation. Please join us carefully. We're taking you somewhere. Brian, let me quickly take you to the business of the day and the question of the day. What is Africa means to you personally?
Okay. Personally, when I when I think about Africa and Africans, then I I think about my other brothers. We might find ourselves in a different geographical location, but we're one people, and our history and our heritage and all the great stuff. You feel that oneness, that bond, and it's sad to say sometimes when you look at the news or the television and different in the light where it's just forests and animals, but that is not the case. That is not the case. So to me, and every human being is my brother and sister from another mother. Yes, that's my view on that.
Wow, wow, wow. I like that. I like that. I like that. Let's quickly look at the some of the journeys so far. If we look at the challenges facing Africa, the ups and downs, the economy, and the some of the area. What is our main challenges towards achieving growth and goal? What is our main challenges? You are looking at Africa from far away. You are looking at Africa from outside Africa. What do you think is our main challenges towards the achievement, growth, and goal?
Okay, so one of the challenges that not only affect Africa, but it affects as a nation, but it is unity for us to unite as a people and together, and unity is strength, and it builds that unbreakable bond when you can unite, just like an organization, a business, whatever. If you don't have people working for the same goal, then you're gonna have problems regardless of the resources that you have. Then you're gonna have issue. If you look at country like Singapore today, which is a first world country, it wasn't like that. If you check the history of Singapore, it was pretty much a dump, and
Hmm.
but the leader had vision, and he brought in experts from outside, and they have a unity and they work together. And today Singapore is one of the first world of the world. Now I'm saying Africa is no different. If we have areas and work together in unity, because we have so much resources, but you have to manage it properly and distribute it properly, where people of Africa and the outside world can benefit, because together we grow. This, the there is a saying that says that when the tide rises, all ship raise in the process. So one of the challenges I think it's uniting together and of mankind.
Wow, I like that, and I like the what is it called? The example you give there. Look at the country like Singapore. I mean, Singapore become one of the great country in the world today because they have a good leader. There's a time in their life that the country is in a big mess. Country like China, country like Singapore, no growth, no nothing. But there is a time in their life when they got a good leader, and that give them what they want and put them back onto the spotlight. So, if you look at it, can we say that one of the problem Africa is facing is the bad leader? Is that what you are saying?
No, but the thing is, the difference is when you have to fight for the thing that you want, and I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy, but you have to fight it for what you want. Because if you don't fight for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. And as you look at the surrounding nation, you have to take examples and principles. Because as we just said, Singapore was a place where they had breakout of violence and war pretty much every day. The economy was so bad. They joined forces with Malaysia, and within 2 years, Malaysia cut them off, and it was pretty much a dump. But the leader had a vision. He realized where the country were, and he made a decision. There's something about a decision. When you decide to do something, then you will seek the necessary expertise and the help and the assistance that you need to make it happen. And you have to work. You have to work. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a fight. But if you make the
Hmm.
decision,
Hmm.
coming from different sources to help to accomplish. But you have to be the defining factor to say, hey, I'm not compatible with my situation, with my country, and forces, because it's not all about the leader. The people has to join forces because together we stand, and divided we fall.
Together we stand, divided we fall.
So that's
I like that. I, mm, No, I like what is coming from you, and I really enjoy it, and I really thank you for, I mean, all these beautiful points you are bringing out. Together we stand. I mean, separate or divide we fall. Okay, let's quickly look at the issue of what are the biggest challenges African are facing, both internally and externally. What are the biggest challenges internally and externally to you?
I will answer it this way. Earl Nightingale, which is a Greek speaker, was asked the question one time, what is wrong with mankind? And his answer was, they forget who they are. There's something when you stand for, but when you come to terms and remember that you have the potential, you change your situation. It doesn't matter where you find yourself. It don't matter what the situation is. But when you know that you have greatness inside, and the beauty about being a human is that you can live one way for 10 years, and then at the end of 10 years, you learn a new skill. You can adapt. You can learn from other nation. You can go on the internet and you can acquire any skill that you want. But sometimes don't do the work, and people don't put in the work, and faith don't work with that. You have to put your money where your mouth is. The thing you want, you have to fight for it. The time, the effort, the resources, the study is needed. And if you keep working at what you want and you put in the time and the effort, then surely you will change your situation from where it was and to where it needs to be.
Hmm, 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 hmm.
And
Wow,
that
wow,
is what
wow, wow.
we all have
Thank
to
you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. Everyone listening to us, this is the African Portal Radio TV International coming to you live from Pretoria here in South Africa. Sorry, we are having some breaking in communication from your side. I'm not sure what the problem. I think the network on your side is not 100% great, and there are some noise coming from your microphone. But I'm not sure what is causing that. If you can let us, if you can help us look at that. There are some noise coming from your microphone. I think your microphone is picking the outside noise, and as well, your network is kind of not smooth. We can hear you. You are breaking up sometimes. But I really appreciate you coming out to be a part of this show tonight, and I want to thank you for the pleasure of your time. Let's go to the conversation because one of the things that I like is that we enjoy it when we're having a conversation. Let me quickly take you to the line of history. What is your journey like when you are growing up as a child? What are the things that you experience as a child that the children of today can learn from as well? As we also celebrating the Children Day in some of the part of the world. What are the things that you experience when you are growing up? What is your childhood journey look like?
to what we have today. We had nothing like this. Well, our family, we came from these like quality of life where having electric, yeah, having motor cars at your disposal. These things were not the case. While growing up, then we would have to use the wood fire. We'd have to go to the forest to get wood to provide the meals, and there was no gadget to play games and like what we have today. We would have to play marbles and we would have to make cart to ride. But life was good because we enjoyed. We would go to the river and we would fish and we would enjoy these things. Unlike today, where everything people have air conditioned homes and get ride to school and somebody pick them up back from school. No, in those days that was not the case. But we had love, we had unity, and we enjoyed going to the river to get the clothes washed and to cut the wood, forest. We enjoy these things, and those things build character. It teach you to achieve the little that you and it shape your future. So when the time comes where you can afford these nice things, then you can appreciate. And when you see people in the similar position and your life is a blueprint where you can share to help them to develop themselves, knowing that it's not where you are, because you don't need to be great to get started, but you have to start to be great. And people need to know
Hmm.
that and to rest assured
Great.
that
Wow.
your present circumstances does dictate the end eventually.
Wow. 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 I like what you
Yes.
say there. You don't need to start. I mean, you
So
don't need to great to start. You need to start to be great. I mean, people listening to us, a lot of things is coming out of this program that I want you to actually embrace on this show tonight. You are sending another link. I'm not sure if that is still you. I'm receiving another connection from you. Should I connect you without great because I see another one just coming in now. Should we just which one should we settle for? Which one is better out of the two?
yeah, I'll try to take it at them.
Okay.
Take it at them.
Okay, so which one should we go for?
I'm just reconnecting because I'm breaking up. So I'm just reconnecting
Yes,
back
I
because
can see. Yeah, reconnect. In the meantime, let me just quickly explain one or two things to listeners at home. Those of you joining us, thank you very much for the pleasure of your time. I really appreciate it. We're having a conversation with one of our very own in the studio that we are talking about the journey and taking him around to talk about the challenges facing Africa, the life, and how he grew up. He grew up in Jamaica. He was born in Jamaica, grew up in Jamaica, and doing so well. But currently, he's living in America for the past 9, 11 years now. It's living, but he's from Jamaica. He's one of the great African citizens in the diaspora, and we are having conversation about his journey, about his life. He say he remember when he's growing up, there is no opportunity to all the gadgets that we have today. That they have to go many miles to get water, they have to go to the bush to get the wood for the fire. They have to go through a lot of things, but through that, life has been so good. Then they also enjoy it and they enjoy the circumstances of maybe what they are doing then. But says something that is very, very crucial, especially for this current generation. That is not just this is say you don't have to grade to start, but you have to start to grade. So start somewhere. Start somewhere. No matter how little you have to start to grade. So start somewhere. Start somewhere. No matter how little you have to start to don't let it be that you didn't start because
Yeah.
of excuses that you are actually dishing out. But start strong somewhere. It doesn't matter when I start this friends, the Christian friends. Start from somewhere. So you have to start to be great. And that is one of the things that if we still have him on board and if it's probably it will work better now than what we have before. For those of you joining us, kindly share, like, comment, call me on +27787 to call. Kindly call that number. Let's talk. Let's have conversation. You can call us on that number right away. International. To those of you joining us, it's African Day on the important about life. I'm talking about money is offer the current generation. Hear me clearly on your side? Can you hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yes.
I
Yes,
can
I'm
hear
hearing it.
you. Can you
Yes.
hear me? Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you
Yes,
very
I'm
much.
hearing
Thank you
you.
very much. You say something. You are explaining something before the line cut off. Let's quickly look at your educational background. Your educational background. How does it look like? I mean, where do you go to school, and what is the name of the school?
Okay. So growing up, our community was called Westphalia, and that was a all age school. You would go to school there until you're about age 15, and then after you graduate from that school, then you would seek higher education, whatever you decided, whether it be high school, college, or you want to pursue um, different learning. But but it goes to show that your beginning, your humble beginnings, wherever you find yourself, whatever your family life was like, that is just the beginning. You didn't have any say in where you were born. You had no say in that. You had no choice in that. But you have a choice of where you will end up. So as soon as I finished school, because that community was a farming community, and pretty much when you finish school, if you stay there, the only option is to go to the farm. But for some reason, I know that I had something in me that is not that I'm putting down farming, because farming, a farmer feeds the nation, but that was not my calling. So after I finished school, then I head to the city. I'm to pursue a career. I started out in the automotive industry, and and that opened a whole nother avenue of things. And then shortly thereafter, after I worked in that field for a number of years. Then I went back to school, further my studies, and then I moved to Grand Cayman Islands, where I work for Mercedes Benz, and the rest is history. But it shows you that where you start has nothing to do with where you end up. Just like George Washington Carver, who was who was sold as a baby, as a slave, end up to being one of the greatest scientists, agricultural scientists, who came up with over 300 products from one peanut. And current scientists, with all the technology and all the equipment, cannot understand how this man developed all these wonderful products and findings. So it goes to show again that you don't need to be great to get started, but as long as you get started and you pursue that goal, that dream, you keep learning, you pursue your goal, then there's no telling what you can end up being. And that is what we want our listeners and our audience to know, that you have greatness inside you. You have endless potential, but you have to decide to evolve, to develop, to learn, and to put in the time, the effort, the money to work on you, because you are the defining factor, and you are the one that determine what your future outcome will be.
Wow, wow, wow. You are the one to determine what your future will be. So your future is in your hand. You have no power to control or to correct where you're born. You don't have a choice on that. You find yourself there, but you have a choice to determine how you're going to end up. It's not about how you born or where you're born. It's about where and how and what you do to be in a better position or in a better place than where you're born. I like that, and I really, really thank you for that. Growing up in such humble background, and making it to to town, making it to the urban area, pursue a career, and become who you become. Why do you choose to become a motivational speaker? Why motivational speaker? Why not any other career? Why do you choose to be a motivational speaker?
Well, and as for me, a lot of persons, we did not know a lot of things, because we might not learn it in school or in society, because we were taught to go to school, get a good education, and go find a job. That is what most society teaches children. Nobody tell you that you can be a business owner, you can be an entrepreneur, just like the Wright brothers, who were bicycle mechanics, but these guys end up putting the first aircraft in the air. People don't talk about those
Hmm.
things. They make it seem as if only person who has a degree um, can accomplish great things. Not saying that person with their education or their degree is not capable, but for some reason they only amplifies those persons. But I am here to tell you that that is not the case. You know, when you
Hmm.
look at Henry Ford, these are persons that didn't have much education. My personal mentor and coach, Bob Proctor, who is world known for creating wealth and teaching $1 million company how to develop their staff and their product. This man only has 3 months of high school.
Hmm.
So if we are not informed about these things, then we don't understand the potential and the power that we have in our hands. And that bring me back to the point when Earl Nightingale, the great motivational speaker, was asked, what is wrong with man today? Man, they forget who they are. They forget their greatness, their capability. And we want to remind our young generation, wherever you are, that you can do whatever it is that you decided to do, and what you have, the world need whatever gift are talent that you have. The world is in need of it. So go for your dreams. Fight for what you want, because a lot of people are fighting for foolishness. They're not fighting to leave a family legacy, or to be someone to contribute to society. So we need to empower our youth, our country, and to let them know that they are the defining factor in their success.
Wow, I like what you say, but you have not answered my question. My question is, why do you choose to become a motivational speaker?
Yes,
You.
and back to that point, me personally, I heard somebody voice because I did not know that I could accomplish the things that I accomplished. But my mentor, Les Brown, when he speaks, then it gives you the chills. This is a man of humble beginning, and because somebody spoke into his life and gave him a larger vision of himself, now he's able to help others. So because I heard somebody's voice when I was not looking in the direction of developing my greatness, I want to do the same for others, because people need to know that you have greatness inside you, and you can be whatever you choose,
Hmm,
and the
hmm,
tools and the materials and the information and everything is there to assist you, but you has to
hmm,
decide. And that is my mission, to let others know that, hey, you have the potential, you have the ability, but there's something about a choice that you have to make that decision and move forward.
hmm, Wow, wow, wow. What is the greatest lesson you ever learned, or what is the unique lesson you learned from Les Brown?
One of the most important lessons is this: someone's opinion of you doesn't have to be your reality. What people say about you, that's
Wow,
none of,
wow.
that's none of your business. If you check everyone that succeed in life, you will always have the naysayers. You will always have people who tell you this has never been done, you cannot do it. You don't have the resources, you don't have the skill, you don't have the education, you don't have the know-how. But when you have your dream that God put inside you, that was not given to anybody else. And don't be surprised if they can't see it for you. But you know that you have this desire to develop this product, to be this leader, to build this device. Don't let anyone stop you. If you look,
Hmm,
Mary Kay, she took her last $5,000 and walk out from her job and decided she is gonna build a company. And even her accountant, her lawyer, everybody tell her that she's crazy. But she knew that she had a passion for something that only she could bring. And she pursued her goal. And today, she's one of those female that is recognized and have over 2,000 workers the last time we checked, working, where she provides jobs and training and giving people a chance to develop themselves. People will always tell you you can't do it. But just remember, someone's opinion of you doesn't have to be your reality.
Someone opinion of you doesn't have to be your reality. If you are listening to this program, if you're a youth in Africa or in the rest part of the world, one of the things that you need to take care of this conversation tonight is if you concentrate on what people say or what people don't say about you. If your concentration is about what they said or what they don't say about you, you may not likely get to where you are going to. But firstly, discover yourself, know why you are here, and know the reality of your existence. And when you get that, work towards it and achieve it. Sometimes if you are doing something bad, people will talk about it. If your conduct is wrong, people will talk
Yeah.
about it. And if you are misbehaving, if you are doing something that is not right, people will definitely talk. That means you have to change. So sometimes the people opinions do count if you are doing the wrong thing. But if you discover yourself and you are doing the right thing, and you are building your own self, yourself. That is what I mean, yourself. If you are
Yes,
doing the
sir.
right thing and you know within yourself that you are doing the right thing, then the sky is the starting point. But if you know within yourself that you are doing the wrong thing, you're stealing the money that belongs to all the people in the country, you hiding the country money into the grave, or into in your room, or you are stealing all the money that belongs to the resources that belongs to everybody, and you are saying that what people say is not can't. It's really can't. It's really can't, because you are stealing
You
from
can.
people. So you have to change. If you are doing the wrong thing, people opinion do count. But if you are doing the right thing, if you deliver it, I mean, you deliver what's expected of you. If you are a leader, if you are putting you vote, they put you in a position, but in that position you are doing the wrong thing, you are stealing from people, then people opinion do count. You have to stop the nonsense. But if you are doing
Yes.
the right thing
Sure.
and you are on the right track and your conscience is clean, your conscience is in peace with you, then okay, you can continue with what you are doing. So, what we are saying
Sure.
tonight is, everyone listening to us, we are working towards a journey that will make Africa to be a great Africa. We are not only doing the talking, but we are also doing the, working the talking. So it's time for Africa to wake up to the reality, to change our environment, to change our identity, and to embrace our diversity and embrace the gift that God has given to us. Embrace who you are. Embrace your skin, embrace your
Yes.
language, embrace your personality. Be the person that God made you to be, and be the shining stars that God make you already. Africa will be a great continent when we all believe in our vision, we believe in ourselves, and we work towards the growth of this continent in unity. Like what Bryan said earlier on, divided we fall, but in
Yes.
unity we stand. Brian, before we call it a
Yes.
day out of this program tonight, let's quickly look at one of the thing. What is the problem that if it's solved, Africa will make the best difference to the other nations of the world? What are the problems that you think, if those problems can be solved, Africa will make a big, huge difference to other country or other continents of the world?
I want to answer this. I'm gonna give you a quote first. Sidney
Okay.
Poitier, in the book called The Measure of a Man, he stated that when you go walking with somebody, he stated that something happened without you knowing what happened. It's either you adjust to their pace or they adjust to your pace. Whose pace are you adjusting to? And
Hmm.
it tells you that there are things that sometimes you ignore. I've been to countries where there's not a single river in that country, but yet still that country is not without water. Was never been without water because
True.
they use every one of those houses has a tank built under the house, and they make provision to catch every rainfall, and they store water, and you would have not have known that that country never consume water from a river.
Hmm.
While at the same time, I've been to other countries and I've lived into other countries where rivers are numberless, but yet still they have water problem pretty much right through the year. What's the common
Hmm.
factor there? When you do not manage your resources, make a decision. There's something about a choice. When you decided, hey, I'm going to use what I have, what you got, the same John Washington Carver says, do what you can with what you have, where you are, and don't be satisfied. We need to unite and come together and use the resources, manage the resources that we have, make the best use of what we have. Because if you have things in abundance and you don't have management, and you don't have unity where teams work together to distribute and to organize and to make sure things go smoothly, you're going to have problem regardless of the abundance of resources
Hmm.
you have. So
Hmm.
that is one of the things that definitely will not only help Africa, but any other surrounding nation when we unite, come together, use our resources with good management. Because you need leader
Hmm.
in every organization. You need a solid leader. Because without a leader, then everything goes downhill. We need that.
Wow, wow, wow. I like what you say, and that is one of the challenges that I think is facing most of the country in Africa, the maintenance culture and the leaders. So we need a leader to to lead in a proper way for us to have a good result. And I like what you say about a country that you've been, that there is no river in the country, but still they've never suffered for water for once. And you live in a country whereby there are so many rivers in that country, but still they still have water problem in that country. So it's not about what you have, it's about how you use what you have. You may have a lot of resources like Africa. There are so much resources wasted in Africa. There are so much things. We have crude oil, we have this, we have that, but we are not benefiting from them because we're lacking of, we don't have a good leader, we don't have maintenance culture, and we don't have structures. We lack structure, and those are the things that is making us to be backward in the among the other part of the country of the world. Few days ago, I hear in the news that France apologized to Rwanda for genocide in Rwanda 28 years ago. France is now apologizing to Rwanda for genocide that killed a lot of people, genocides that waste a lot of people's life, genocides that shot down many. Now they are apologizing after 28 years. What do you think that apologizing is going to do to the life of the people that have already died? Now,
Yeah.
yesterday again, Germany is apologizing to Namibia for genocide in that country. So now these so-called dictators, these so-called Westerns, coming out now, apologizing now to those countries which they personally destroy intentionally. Do you know what they are doing now behind the scene to destroy African economy for them to be rich and to be a great country of the world? That means they become great country today on living on the destruction of Africa as a country.
Yeah.
And why that is happening? Because we give that opportunity, because we don't have a good leaders, we don't have the visionaries, we don't have people that can think, we don't have such a leader that look at Singapore and transforms Singapore from being a dropping country to become a resourceful country that everybody now want to travel to Singapore. Singapore now become one of
Yeah.
the most beautiful country in the world. It's now a tourist country. We have all this in Africa. We have so much resources, but still the African child, they were crying daily. Still, people sleep without food in their tummy in the night. Still, people go to the bed at night without having food. Still, people still living below $1 in Africa upon all the resources. That means you can be living in so much
Yeah.
resources, still you can still be poor. That is what the conversation tonight is
That
all
is,
about.
yes.
Why are we saying this and why are we talking about this? Is awakening, is to wake people up to the reality of the time. Because one of the things that I want us to be thinking about when we are talking about Africa, let us be thinking, where is Africa in the next coming 30, 50 years? What will Africa will be? What will Africa look like? What will this continent will produce to the other part of the world? Bryan, I just want to thank you for coming out to be part of this conversation. Your ideology and your expertise have had a lot of value to the conversation tonight. And I want to thank you for coming out. Before I let you go, there is one last question that I think I want us to quickly look at. And that I think it will help us in going forward. How can we transform Africa in the next coming 2, 3 years? How can we transform this continent to be one of the greatest continents in the world?
Okay. So, Dr. Howard Thurman, in his book, The Centering Moment, he says that the two primary questions someone must ask themselves: where are you going in life, and who are coming with you? And if you get those questions backwards, you're in serious trouble. I would advise Africa or any other nation or organization to emulate what Singapore did. Get expert from all over the world. Singapore bringing in over 1,200 different company, IBM, Caterpillar, all of these company, and brought in expert to lead out in different organization, create jobs and education where it's affordable because a nation is people. You need to invest in your people also, because when you elevate your people, then the standard of living will also rise it. So take a page from Singapore, and its good governance, and other nations likewise, to seek expert, bring in expert in different departments with strong leadership skills, and put a plan in place, because you need to get started right where you are. And if they would take that approach, I guarantee you, in the next 18 months or before, you would have seen the growth, you would see the improvement, because with everything, you need leadership, and good, strong leadership. And that is what I would advise any country, any organization, any people. Emulate the good things. Choose people who have character, people who have the track record, who shows that they're capable of doing the job that is required. Because serious time call for drastic measures, and sometimes it might be tough to implement these measures, but in the end, it will benefit everybody, and everybody will rise together in a higher standard of life and benefit the human race and a whole.
Wow. Wow, wow. Thank you very much, Brian, for that beautiful quote that you just put there. And I like as you are connecting those questions with the people that have walked the walk, they have do the talk, and they are also be experiencing it. And all this can help us also in going forward. We need to also go back to the past record. Let's look at how people do it and how they get it right. Let's learn from them. Sometimes in the journey of life, you cannot say that you know how to do everything. You need to learn from the mistake as well. You need to learn from the other failures as well. But you cannot be in that failure forever. You cannot remain who you are 20, 30, 50 years ago. How come a 60 years old country in Africa still struggling to feed their country, still struggling to produce electricity, 24 hours electricity? 60 years country still struggling to produce 24 hours electricity in a country that have a lot of resources, that have a lot of blessings.
Shouldn't be.
No, so many country in Africa with so much blessing, but the people of that country still in poverty. There's still a lot of children die in Africa because of the lack of good health system. Imagine Africa is still running to the Western to go and get a vaccine for COVID-19 in a continent where there is so much equipment that we can use. We have a lot of people, so-called researchers, that we can use to develop our own vaccine for our own people. When are we going to wake up to the reality? When Africa is
And
going to stop depending on others, especially the so-called Western, for us to succeed? Look at Libya today. See what the Western did to Libya. See what Libya is today. Libya now is a desert. With the situation in Libya now, there is no peace there. So when Africa is going to wake up to the reality from north, east, south, we call everyone into the reality, and we call you to come out. Let's have a solution to the problem of Africa in Afrocentric way. Let Africa solve their within themselves. And that is why we engage the Africans in the diaspora as well, for them to also talk a bit about what they think that can be the solution. And Brian already gave us some of the ideas and what we can do to be great. Let's look at Singapore. Let's take Singapore as a case study. Let's put them side by side. Let's learn from what they do. Let's do it the way they do it. Probably that will bring a solution to this continent. Thank you very much for the pleasure of your time. I really appreciate it. And I thank you for accepting our invitation to be on this broadcast tonight. And I hope if I call on you again, you will love to be here.
Sure, sure, sure. And I'll leave you this with this one line. As Einstein says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You can't be doing the same thing that doesn't work. You need to change your
That's true.
approach. And I leave you with that. This is Valverde Brian Etlin, Brian Baby Boy, saying we don't run out of words, we run out of time. Thank you and see you again. And I hope this program has been encouraging and will give you a larger vision of how to go forward in the near future.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming out. And I like what you just said now that if you continue doing the same thing you are doing, you'll be having the same result you are having. So if you want a different result, do it other way, then you get a better result. God bless everyone watching this program. We really appreciate it. Those of you that will be watching it in the future, share, like, comment. This is the African Portal Radio TV International coming to you live from Victoria here in South Africa. We are your one-stop media house where everyone has a say. If you want to advertise your product, or you want to sponsor, or you want to support what this house is doing, call me on +277033584, or you simply go to our website www.theafricanportal.co.za. We can have a conversation as well. I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on all the social media. We can have a conversation. You can join the conversation and you can speak to me, advise us as well. Keep shining, keep smiling. Thank you so much, Brian. I really appreciate your time on this African Portal Radio TV, and keep enjoy the grace of God upon your life. God bless you. See you again soon. Bye for
Thank
now. Thank you very much, everyone. It's a goodbye from here. My name is Dario Olusan. I'll see you on that side tomorrow. By the grace of God, join us as we'll be having a lot of program coming your way tomorrow, as well as tomorrow is Sunday. We have this program, and as well we'll be having shows on the African Portal. Keep enjoying this music as we are stepping out of this program. See you by the grace of God tomorrow. Bye. To everyone listening to us, thank you very much. It's goodbye from here. We'll talk again soon. See you. The African Portal is home for all Africa, and this is where we make things happen. Keep watching, keep shining, keep talking about it. Let's enjoy this song from Lucky Dube as we are stepping out of this show for tonight. Lucky Dube is one of the African great musician, born South Africa, doing so well for himself. Let's enjoy his music as we are stepping out of this program. Happy African Day, happy African week, happy Africa month to all the African citizens all over the world. Thank you very much. And please always remember together we can, together we will. Together we can make this place a better place to live. You do your part and let's all do our part. Then the Africa will be a beautiful home. Home of Exile. That is the title of the song from Lucky Dube. Enjoy it. We'll see you again by the grace of God tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye from here. God bless. Those of you joining us, those of you listening, those of you believing in us, those of you share, those of you comment, thank you very much. This is Lucky Dube, House of Exile.
Country, trying to stand a message to back in the ghetto. He had a home one time, but you left. Oh, I can hear it clearly. There's whispers in the air. He knows them. Out loud and clear. nation, when every man will be equal in the eyes of the Lord. As if the Lord is his eyes for the last time to say it again.